Hello everyone! So obviously by the title of this video, you know what today's topic will be. And that is basically how nothing or no one outside of yourself has the power to influence or mess with your serenity. And trust me, this is a lot easier said than done. For the majority of my life, I've struggled with how people perceived me, what people thought of me. Aside from being a recovering alcoholic, I'm also a recovering people pleaser and a recovering control freak. I never wanted to disappoint anybody, and anytime that I perceived that I did, I would really take it to heart. Anytime that I perceived that someone said something unkind to me, I would take it really personal. It consumed so much space in my head that I was constantly miserable. And I knew this was no healthy way to live. But growing up with so many insecurities, I didn't really know how to reprogram that way of thinking. I had to do a lot of self-reflection and boosting up my confidence and my self-esteem to really get to a place where I am currently. There have been many a time where I had considered myself a victim of circumstance. I would always think that things were always happening to me and people were hurting me. I would either blame my own anxieties or blame other people for me feeling hurt. It was a vicious cycle of victim mentality. Poor me, which I hated. I never want to consider myself a victim of anything. So why was it that I kept feeling hurt from things happening outside of myself? Well, for one, I lacked boundaries. And simply put, I gave people the power to influence how I was feeling. And I always blamed them and resented them for it. But when I took a hard look in the mirror, I had realized that I was the one that was hurting myself all along. And isn't that what a spiritual enlightenment is? It's when you realize that it's been you the entire time that's behind your problems. And I think that once you take ownership of that and hold yourself accountable, is when you start to take your power back. And you have to remind yourself of the things that you do and don't have control over. I only have control over my own thoughts, my own words, and my own behaviors. No one else's. The thing is, you cannot make people like, love, understand, validate, accept, or be nice to you. You can't control them either. The good news is, it doesn't matter. I only have to take responsibility for myself. Through working really hard on my self-esteem and my confidence, I've gotten to a point where I am not affected by what other people say or think about me. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, and that's none of my business. I finally feel free to do the things that I really want to be doing without having that fear of judgment from other people. And this is what freedom looks like. I'm no longer a victim of circumstance because I take full responsibility for my part. I really don't think that there's anything anyone can do anymore that will have power over my own emotions. They can try, but it's not going to work. And trust me, people have tried. A side story. I once knew a guy that really enjoyed gaslighting his peers, including myself. This person had been telling people that I had relapse and that I was mentally unstable and that I was dangerous. While none of that was true, their intention was for me to get to a low point in my mental health where I would relapse, just so that they could prove to other people that they were right. But that didn't happen because I had decided then that they have no power, they don't have dominion over my headspace. And unfortunately, people like that do exist. They relish in other people's misfortunes. There's a word for that, it's called schadenfreude. But that's their karma, that's their karmic path to take, and in the end it's not gonna be pretty for them. But I'd rather much focus on my own karmic path and grow to be a better person every single day. But I want you all to know that once you understand that there is nothing outside of you that can really mess with your serenity unless you allow it. You have to place that boundary there for yourself. Tell yourself that nothing outside of me has power to influence how I feel. Believe me, you really are strong enough to be able to do that. And once you've turned this into a daily practice, I promise you, you are going to feel a lot more in control of yourself, and you're gonna be able to accomplish some pretty wonderful things. If you guys want to see more videos on recovery, emotional integration, etc., feel free to check out my YouTube channel. I have a ton of videos like this on there, and be sure to subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye.